Pat Barnard, Group Managing Editor for TMCnet, coming to you from IT Expo West in Los Angeles. And joining me is Alex Quilici, CEO of YouMail. How you doing, Alex?
Hi, Pat. Good.
Welcome today.
Thank you.
So why don't you provide a brief overview of YouMail? Tell us what you do.
Sure. So YouMail is cloud-based voicemail for people who care about voicemail.
Okay.
And for what we mean by for people who care about voicemail is we provide a set of features that allow you to very conveniently manage your voicemail. For example, we have visual voicemail on any device. So it can be on your smartphone, you can pick it up on your tablet like an iPad, you can pick it up on your computer, you can get it through email. So wherever you are, you can get your voicemail.
Okay.
We unify your boxes so you can have your home voicemail, your cell voicemail, and your work voicemail all come into YouMail where you can pick it up on any of these devices. And we're really focused on the callers, which has been a long ignored part of voicemail, in that we automatically greet callers by name with a short greeting. We let you record personal greetings and even select from pre-recorded greetings that others who use YouMail have provided.
Okay, great. And what industries or verticals, what segments are you seeing the strongest adoption for you're offering a standalone system?
We have a standalone consumer service right now.
Consumer, okay.
Consumer, and we see a lot of small businesses using it.
Okay.
We see a lot of soccer moms using it, and we've got sort of what you might call the urban audience using it as well. So we've found ourselves appealing to a lot of different segments, and in part that's because we have well over 1 million users of YouMail who've found it and are using it on a daily basis.
Okay, great. Now, it's amazing what IP services can do, and I think visual voicemail is a great example of that. If I'm, let's just say I'm a mobile worker, for example, or even just a mobile user, and I'm on the run, and I get a lot of voicemails. I tend to get a lot of calls, a lot of messages. And with traditional voicemail, I'm going along, say I'm walking down the street, and I got to call into my voicemail. I got to sit there and listen to all the messages, or at least I got to listen to the beginning of each message before I skip to the next one and sort of figure out what the context is. Do I want to listen to this person or don't I? I don't know who called me until I actually start listening. Right. The great thing about visual voicemail is you have a new interface now for retrieving your voicemails, and you can see who actually contacted you. Click on that contact, that voicemail, and just listen to that specific one. It allows you to prioritize your voicemails, right?
Yeah, in fact, what it lets you do is treat voicemail like email. So in our visual voicemail clients, not only do we let you see and scroll and play your messages like you've talked about, but we let you organize the voicemails in folders.
Okay.
So you get a lot of voicemails from a particular client. There's one folder for those clients' voicemails, and it's completely distinct between, from all the emails or text messages that client may have sent. So it's all in one place.
So if you want to, you can just go just to that folder. It could be like a priority folder and just
Exactly. As an example, I had a problem with a lost bag on United Airlines, and I had 7 or 8 calls from customer service. They were all organized in the United Bags folder. Once they finally solved my problem, I was able to just simply delete them very easily.
Right. Okay.
We do some other things. We say visual, we actually connect to Facebook. So when callers come in, you can see their Facebook picture.
Oh, wow, that's great.
And you really know who called you. There's a phone number, there's a name. We find the name, whether it's through Facebook or wherever else for that number. We can display their picture, and it's a really nice experience. A lot of people hate voicemail, right? As you described it, you call up, you go through a bunch of messages from people you don't know or care about to get to the one that matters. Right. We've changed that completely.
Right.
And once you're done with you've heard the voicemail, a lot of people have forgotten, but you have to do something with it.
Right.
And so we make it easy to reply with a text message, reply with an email right from the visual voicemail client, forward it on, post it. So if it's an interesting voicemail message, you want to, it's a client congratulating you on a great deal, you can just post it right away to Facebook or your blog.
Wow, that's
so
really cool.
We've completely unlocked voicemail. It's something that people should own, and we've done that by putting it in the cloud. So it's a cloud-based service. We sync all these different devices and the experience and manage it for you.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that Facebook feature sounds really cool, and the first thing that I thought of when you said that was I thought of a screen popping mechanism. It made me wonder whether or not there was another way, maybe not even through Facebook, that you could maybe screen pop some metadata about that caller on the mobile device. Is that something that could be coming?
Well, we actually, in our iPhone application, right? So we have a YouMail for the iPhone. We actually do push notifications that has a whole bunch of information about the caller.
Okay.
And if you have our voice to text, even a snippet of the voice to text, it just pops right up right after the call happens.
Okay, cool.
And then you can click that to play and go further, or decide, I don't really want to pick it up on my iPhone. I'll go use my computer because that's where I want to manage my voicemails. Or even, the home message comes in and you pick it up on your iPad.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, and the voice to text feature is a really powerful feature. I mean, for example, if I'm a soccer mom and I've got to go sit in a meeting at the school, and I know that I'm expecting an important call coming in, With that feature, I don't have to actually listen to the voicemail. I can, again, use the interface, determine that this is an important message that I need to listen to, but instead of listening to it, I have the option of being able to read it.
That's right, and there's two kinds of voice to text. There's machine-based and human-based. If you have, human-edited transcriptions, they're accurate enough. You almost never have to listen to your voicemail, unless you're trying to get a nuance, right? Or was that sarcastic, or was that funny, or was that mean? What were they trying to say? On the machine stuff, it's more of a hint as to what the message might say. But you generally find you do end up listening to a whole bunch of them. I mean, did it say the dog died or the dog tried? I better check if did the dog really die? I better listen to the message.
Now, do you offer both? Do you offer the human assisted as well?
We focus on the human assisted.
Oh, okay.
And we actually, YouMail as a basic service is free, but for the voice to text from humans, there's actually a real cost, right? And so we actually charge for that.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I obviously got somebody working to do that.
Exactly.
Okay.
But we find, a typical person gets maybe 30 voicemails a month. They spend at least 30 minutes listening to them, if not more, and then maybe another 20 or 30 minutes dealing with them. So, we charge $6.99 a month. It saves you at least an hour every month being able to read these messages and then just forward them on or reply to them as an email. So it's a pretty good proposition for consumers and small businesses.
Yeah, and the other thing I meant to mention about the advantage of the speech-to-text feature is that you might be in a really loud, noisy place where there's, you're not even going to be able to listen. You're at a concert or something like that. You're not even going to be able to listen to your voicemail, but you still want to be able to get that message.
A great example is The Got just came out today with a survey about how angry people are about people in restaurants using their cell phones. Right? And so this is the perfect thing. A call comes in, you're worried, maybe it's the babysitter, something went wrong, you don't answer it, you wait, a couple minutes later you've got the transcription of the message right in front of you. You say, let me just reply to her with a text message. Yeah, here's where the keys are, or whatever it is. And you haven't gotten everybody angry. You can do it sort of discreetly. But yeah, you're right. Meetings, restaurants, social events, loud places, concerts, movies. Once you have it, you're surprised at just how often you actually use it.
Okay, great. Now, is it because it's a cloud-based offering that you're able to push this service out to any endpoint, any mobile device that's out there, any handset maker?
Yeah, exactly. What happens is people just, the way voicemail works now, you conditionally forward your calls to a number from the carrier or whomever else. Now you're just switching that to our access number. And so then all the different points, your home can be forwarded to us, your cell phone can be forwarded to us, your work PBX can be forwarded to us. All those different points forward to our access number, and then we handle the call. And because it's in the cloud, it's synced up with all those different devices.
Okay. So there's a client that I've got to download, right? And how do I launch the software? I have to launch it as a separate action, don't I?
Yeah. So on your smartphone, you go to App World or iTunes or Android Market, download the client, and so that's how you pick it up on the smartphone. You can always just call like before if you want to. You can go to a mobile website we have. You can go to our full YouMail.com website, log in, and pick it up from your PC.
That's great.
So it's a mix. It's whatever you've got.
And it's quick and easy to deploy.
So, we've got well over 1 million registered users. You can't get there with something that's difficult.
That's great. Good. Tell me about maybe one other of your services. What else are you? I mean, obviously that's got to be a very popular one right there. The ability to be able to, merge together all those voicemail boxes is also handy as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of services out there that do Find Me, Follow Me, and ring all your numbers, right? So they ring your cell, they ring your home, they ring your work, and expect you to pick whichever one, pick one up wherever you are. The problem is you may be at work, it's rung your home number, and now the baby at home just got woken up from the phone, right? So we've taken a different approach which says, no, let people just call the normal number, but it'll come to the voicemail, which is then there with you, and you can control how to call them back. So unification is great. I think one of our favorite features is actually a casual one, which is called ditch mail. And so what ditch mail does is it allows you to hang up on somebody after playing them a greeting. So a telemarketer calls, or somebody's been harassing you, a stalker calls, or an ex. It can play the tone, doo-doo-doo, the number you've called is out of service, and hang right up on the person, and you get taken off the list. And because mobile phones have been so prevalent these days, right? People use them for work and for home. Your number's out there everywhere. And this is the way to solve that problem. And we started that as a consumer feature, but we're surprised at how many small business people are using that feature. Maybe it's bill collectors going after them.
Yeah, right. That's great. Sounds like a great service, and it sounds like it's very full-featured and has a lot of very useful tools in it.
Yeah, we're quite proud of it. We think it's a great service now.
Okay, great. Well, thanks very much for joining us today.
Great, thank you.
We've been talking to Alex Quilici, CEO of YouMail, coming to you from IT Expo West in Los Angeles. Thanks very much, Alex.
Thank you, Pat.